Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Trails to Azure. We are at one of the locations where one of the two cryptids we need to confront is. Personally, in my head, I thought it was somewhere else, but clearly it is here. And at this time, we're not gonna interact with it. No, I want to save that until we're done with all the areas, so we'll be back here later. So that means that the other one is, of course, at towards St. Ursula at the sandbank. Because that I do remember. But for now, we still have a couple of areas left to go before I feel that we are ready for that. So, let's go by those locations, which is, of course, Tangram Gate, America Village, and St. Ursula's. Since we did the other quest with the counterfeiter last episode, I want to start with St. Ursula Medical College, then Tangram Gate, and then America Village, where also is the last quest we still have open. And of course, after that, when we're done, we'll go by the locations where the cryptids are. And by that time, I'm hoping that we are more than ready to confront them. With a few extra levels, a few extra pieces of equipment, and all that stuff. So for now, exactly, let's do our rounds at St. Ursula's. Well, hello and welcome to St. Ursula Medical College. If you're hoping to see Dr. Sayland, I saw her head into the courtyard a bit ago. She's spending more and more time there these days. A lot has been on her mind, I'm sure. Yeah, probably about the failed operation with Shizuku and trying to figure out what she can do to make it successful the next time, I'm sure. Everybody believed the surgery would be a success with Dr. Sayland on the helm, but maybe current medical technology isn't enough to restore Shizuku's vision. Not yet. Let me guess, the mayor's proposal has been the talk of the town, right? Independence. Now there's a dream every Crossbell has had for God knows how long. Personally, I'm all in favor of it. I'll have to remember to vote in the upcoming referendum. Definitely. And like they already said, the referendum itself is not gonna determine whether or not they're gonna get independence, but it's more to gauge the opinion of the people living in Crossbell, and of course making it more alive so people start thinking about it, what they want and how they feel about it. Dr. Sayland? Oh, hello. My apologies, but I need some time alone to think. The result of Shizuku's operation must be hitting her especially hard. Yeah, she was a surgeon in charge of the procedure after all. Dr. Sayland looked like she's deep in thought. We should leave her be right now. Yeah. And if someone that did the operation can be so upset of failing, it's a good thing, because she will be extra motivated to figure out what went wrong and what she could potentially do better. And of course, if there's an actual chance of a successful operation at some point. I've noticed that Leighton always of helping with surgeries or making rounds around the hospital. He's on a completely different level than a freshman like me. Well, Leighton has been working at 100 cells an hour ever since what happened to his last supervisor. It's driving him half to death. You need to remember to be patient. The only way to improve is to study, study, and study some more. Flora has a point. I'm not going to get anywhere by being impatient, but I'm not ready to agree with her about reading anatomy books while eating. True, because you do have to have an iron stomach when you do that. Oh, Leighton has been working 100 cells per hour ever since what happened to his last supervisor. I won't let him outdo when it comes to hitting the books, but his progress made sense after all the hands-on experience he's been getting. Yeah, hey, if you put in the work, you get the rewards. Oh, hey there, and welcome to Lecce. Can I help you do a meal? Sort of. We're from the CPD Special Support Section. We hear about the request we received. The SSS explained their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. Oh right, the gourmet guide. Well, someone from the CNS did get in touch with me about that. There's just one problem. What do you mean? Well, the dish I'm offering needs a lot of time to cook properly. And unfortunately, I just plumb ran out. So sorry, but I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I've whipped up another round. Ah, that's a bad break for us, but if there's no dish, there's no dish. Pardon me, how much time will it take before a new batch is ready? Well, I started the new one last night, so it should be done in about 48 hours from now. Come see me the day after next, I'll look you up. It simmers for 3 whole days? Those must be some rich flavors you're drawing out. I look forward to tasting the final product. Oh, you're gonna love it. Just don't forget to drop by again once it's done. And there it is. I'm 100% sure this is one of the dishes that someone will basically fall for. So yeah, that's the one we need to come back for. Alright, let's continue our rounds. Arios McLean was on pins and needles the entire time Shizuku was in the OR. Worried about absolutely sick, no doubt. Everyone in Crossbell knows and worships him as a hero, the divine blade of wind. But in the end, he's still only human. Seeing him in this state, it dawned on me that he was just like any other loving father, worried for his daughter. Yeah. And of course he will be worried. He loves his daughter so much. And I'm pretty sure some of the SSS and Kia was worried as well. That's why it's so sad that it didn't take the operation. Because if anyone deserved it, it was definitely Shizuku. But yeah, I'm not giving up, not yet. Because there's still other opportunities in the future, I'm sure of it. Just an extra check, yeah. Oh, Maifa was tearing up bad the day Michael was discharged from the hospital, so I lent her my big hanky. I thought it worked at first because she stopped crying, but then I realized she was giving me a really nasty stare. I mean, what kind of thanks is that? And she didn't even give me it back afterward. I have a feeling your hanky was probably something you borrowed from her. Just saying, cause there's no such thing as an actual big hanky. I wonder why Maifa stole my hanky like that. I mean, how inconsiderate, right? I was the one who found it in the dorms. It was the best hanky I've ever had. So pretty and soft to the touch. Oh yeah, it's definitely a piece of clothing from Maifa. I'm 100% sure about that right now. Yeah, and we know that Zerone is a bit thick when it comes to things like that. This is the way to the research ward, isn't it? We don't have any business there right now. I know, but we always try. I'm told that the SSS has taken on the cryptid investigation. My apologies. Such matters are typically under Brazier jurisdiction, but with me being away from the guild right now... Oh, knock it off. You don't need to worry about that. It's still a joint investigation. Not like my kids are biting off more than they can chew. Trust them to take care of things for today at least. So you say. Ah, come on. You know as well as anyone how much they've grown this year. Besides, you should be enjoying this time together while you have it. You don't get to do this nearly enough. If you ask me, a dad's place at times like these is right beside his daughter. I mean your dad, Sergey. Thank you, Chief. That's very kind of you. Pardon us? The SSS? What are you guys doing here? I told them I'd be coming alone since all of you are supposed to be busy today. Sorry about that, Chief. We want to check in on Shizuku ourselves. Thank you for visiting, SSS. Oh, Shizuku, I've never seen you with your eyes open like that. Does that mean your sight is back? No, not exactly. Dr. Salem did everything that she could as the operating surgeon. On paper, the procedure was a success, but her vision has not fully recovered. All that has returned thus far is her ability to perceive light around her. That's so. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, don't worry about me, everyone. I'm okay. But since you're all here, would it be alright for us to walk to the roof together, Father? That would be nice. I was just starting to think it's a little crowded in here. We could all use some fresh air. But Shizuku had just had surgery. Shouldn't she be taking it easy? The doctor said her condition is stable, as long as she isn't exposed to strong light for an extended period of time. Seeing it today is a little overcast, there shouldn't be any issue with taking her outside. I'll inform the staff. Would you all help Shizuku out of bed and make sure she's ready to go? So, the Divine Blade of Wind has a soft spot for his darling little girl. Add him to the list, I suppose. He's always like that. Father is a kind man, once you get to know him. Yeah, and now we can go for a little jog, skip and a walk with the guy. We're off for it. I'm excited already. Watch your steps, Shizuku. I will, Father. The breeze is so nice and the sunlight is so warm. I almost forgot how bright it could get. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Shizuku. Now that I think about it, Arios did mention something about you being able to perceive light again. Well, I'm still not able to make out any details, but yes, that's right. I can sense how bright it is now, almost like there's a white haze all around me. A white haze? Well, I think I can imagine it. Your eyes knows there's light there, but it's not the same as having vision. Oh, you don't have to be sad for my sake, everyone. I'm very happy with how well the surgery went. You are? Well, at first I was upset that I didn't get all my eyesight back, of course. At that point, I started giving up hope that I was ever going to get better. Shizuku. But after thinking about it, I realized this was the first treatment I've ever had that's made this much progress. That means my eyes can still get better, even if it takes a long time. It gave me a reason to believe again. Plus, I don't want to let down Father, Kia, and everyone at the hospital who's been supporting me. So, I'm not gonna give up. I want to continue my treatment. Shizuku, you're amazing. Not everyone has that kind of strength. Well, I don't know if I'd call it strong. I still need everyone's help. Without Father here to pay the hospital bills for me, I don't know what I'd do. Well, as long as you haven't given up, I'll support you for as long as it takes. So don't worry about that, Shizuku. Just focus on getting better for us. That's exactly what your mother would have wanted too. You're right, Father. Thank you. I know Mother is with the goddess watching over us, so I'll keep doing my best to make a recovery. For you and her both. Kid's got some fire in her belly, huh, Arios? No question who her daddy is. The apple doesn't fall far from a tree, does it? Well, I'd say she'd get it from her mother, if anything. It's almost time for us to return to your room, Shizuku. Doctor's orders. Oh, yes, of course. We'll walk you back inside. Afterwards, Lloyd and the others enjoyed a few moments of light conversation in Shizuku's hospital room. Alright, I should be getting back to work. You two enjoy your father-daughter time, Arios. Much appreciated, Sergey. We'll see you tonight, Chief. Will do. I'll be expecting to hear all about your cryptid investigation. With the Divine Dad of Wind here taking some time off, this is your chance to close the gap. The Divine what? Later, guys. Thank you for coming, Chief. I can't believe he said that with the man himself still in the room. Who else do we know who could get away with that? Well, He is my former superior. I can afford him a little bit of leeway. Nevertheless, he was correct. I hope you have no objections to investigating the cryptids for today. I plan to be back to work first thing tomorrow. Until then, lend your aid to Scott, Wenzel, Aeolia and Lynn. We'll do what we can. Thank you for covering for Father, everyone. Oh, I hope your work goes well. And I'm glad you visited too. It was fun talking with all of you. Oh, the pleasure was all ours, Shizuku. We'll come see you again soon. Take care. I'll leave the investigation of the cryptids to you and yours. I plan to be back to work first thing tomorrow. Until then, lend your aid to Scott, Wenzel, Aeolia and Lynn. Oh, I just remembered. Kyo also came to visit me yesterday, but I think hearing about my surgery only made her sad. Now that you mention it, there did seem to be something on her mind this morning. Don't worry about it too much, Shizuku. Just stay positive, and I'm sure Kyo will cheer up eventually. I hope so. Yeah, we'll be there for her, definitely. Hey, and once he sees Shizuku, like, in better spirits, it will do Kia good as well. Because of course Kia wants her friend to see again. But if Shizuku can be happy about the progress, then Kia can be that too. The hospital is very empty nowadays. Oh, watching Michael frantically wave his hand goodbye as he left the hospital had me in tears. Cerrone silently offered me a handkerchief when she noticed it was surprisingly considerate. Or so I thought. Upon closer inspection, I realized he had accidentally handed me my favorite scarf that I thought I'd lost. Had I not been such an emotional wreck, I would have laid into Cerrone right then and there. I told you it was a piece of clothing from her. It just felt like that. Well, ignoring Cerrone's stupidity, that was still a wonderful day. I really am glad for Michael. By now, he should be back to living happily with his parents in Le Mans State. Hopefully, if we ever get there, we'll meet him again. Shizuku's condition is a complex case that straddles the line between three disciplines: surgery, internal medicine, and neurology. Some may think recovering her vision to be impossible, but so long as it isn't totally impaired, I believe she still has a chance. Though in that sense, chasing after such a faint hope may ultimately be more painful than giving up altogether. Nevertheless, if the McLeans have the courage to continue fighting, then damn it, so do I. Chasing after a faint hope may ultimately be more painful than giving up altogether. Nevertheless, I will continue fighting. I'm too young to be stuck in a hospital like this, not to mention too pretty. And it was throwing on my back out of all things. I feel like an old biddy. Well, if you threw out your back, then you definitely are becoming an old biddy. Oh, Dr. Beldine's exams are so thorough and considerate. It's a great comfort being in the hands of St. Ursula's capable staff. Yeah, just don't try to remember the old stuff. Oh, I was standing around all down in the dumps over Shizuku's surgery when, out of nowhere, Martha gave me a whap on the butt. It scared me off to death. And did she have to do it so hard? I can still feel the sting of her hand. I have to admit though, it's like she slapped all the doom and gloom right out of me. I'm feeling a lot better, ready to seize the day now. Yeah. Sometimes when you're really sad, like over the top sad, sometimes you just need something to snap you out of it, and that's what Martha did to her. Just giving her a place to focus on somewhere else. For this instance, her butt. Spirits are low amongst the staff and faculty right now. It's understandable, after how invested the entire hospital was in Shizuku's recent surgery. However, there's no excuse for these sullen expressions we're wearing. There are other patients who need us. Times like these are precisely when we need to give them hope. That's what I always say. I do understand why everyone is upset right now, but we need to get ourselves out of this rut. Even if it's only a facade, there is still merit to putting on a smile. Come on now, you give it a try too. Oh, morale at the hospital has been at an all-time low since Shizuku's operation. Still, that's just all the more reason we nurses have to keep a smile on our face. You're right, having Kia in our lives has taught us just how powerful a good smile can be. I'm sure you can provide the same pick-me-up for the patients, Cecile. Yes, if anyone can melt their worries away, it's you. Oh, that's so kind of you to say. The hospital may be down on morale, but Shizuku's still holding on hope. We owe it to her to do the same. The power of a warm smile is always greatest when times are at the lowest. It's a nurse's duty to relieve their patients' anxieties after all. That is true. And like they always said, with you on staff, I'm sure they got a chance. Oh, I don't think the results of Shizuku's surgery were all that bad. There's some glimmer of hope to be found there. The fact that her eyesight recovered even a little bit is a step in the right direction. We're getting closer, I just know it. Now isn't the time for St. Ursula to falter. That is true. Because if there was absolutely no progression, no improvement, that would have been a reason to give up. But the fact that she's starting to see light means that it is going in the right direction. Does that mean she will make a full recovery? Hell no, we have no idea. But the slight sliver of hope, it is there. Oh, I'm only in for a simple operation. It shouldn't be long before I'm in fine fettle again. Still, being away from home has me worried about how the rest of my family is doing. I hope my husband is taking good care of the kids, or at least making sure they get their 3 squares a day. Being away from home has me worried about how the rest of my family is doing. I hope my husband is taking good care of the kids. I'm sure he's at least trying his best. You have nothing but free time on your hands when you're stuck in a hospital gown. Perhaps I'll marathon all of those books I brought along with me. Well, it is the best time to catch up on your reading, definitely. Having said that, I need to catch up on mine too. I got like 4 omnibuses of Fire Force in my cupboard. I still haven't read them. It's about time. I heard there's a long wait for the first time visit. This is probably gonna take a while. Nothing like being in a hospital waiting room all day. Oh, at my checkup I was told to cut down on my sweet intake. They said my body would pay for it if I didn't, so here I am, trying to change up my lifestyle. But, they're so good. Even now, I'll gravitate to the sugary stuff before I realize it. I need to be more careful. That is true. Sugars? Very bad thing, but also so hard to let go. Oh, Shizuku has gone through several surgeries in our attempts to restore her vision. But none have been successful. Even though we have the finest doctors on the continent, I can only imagine the anguish she and Mr. McLean are going through. Oh, I commute to this hospital quite a bit. The doctors here are surgical experts. That fact alone is enough to give me peace of mind. Oh, I saw a couple of doctors having an argument in front of the exam room. Come to think of it, a lot of the staff here seem on edge. Did something happen? Yeah, it's the surgery. Shizuku's most recent surgery relied on a groundbreaking new procedure developed by Dr. Sealand. Interest for this new method among the medical community is high. I'd say we've regained some of the respect we lost since last spring accident. That being said, now is no time for celebration. The operation was hardly a success after all. Well, it was a success, but the result they got was not what they were hoping for. Oh, this is bad. I can feel a pall of gloom settling in over the staff. We had high hopes that Shizuku's surgery would succeed. Moping about it won't solve anything, but it's hard not to be discouraged. I can at least understand that. And it does say a lot about the influence Shizuku has on all the staff in all the time she's been here. Very, very positive. Dr. Stalen's surgery technique is flawless on paper, nothing short of revolutionary in the field of healthcare. So, what went wrong? Could the operation have failed due to her incompetence? No, you pompous son of a... If anyone's at fault, it's you. You're the least experienced person there. What did you just say? Oh, you want a piece of me? I'll let you off easy this time. Likewise. I really need to keep a cool head. Well, you don't have any hair on it, so that should definitely help. The senior staff assigned Dr. Salent with the surgery, so we're all feeling the same frustrations he is. Will our failure cause that poor little girl to spiral into despair? That's my only concern. To be honest, she's handling it like a trooper, definitely. I know the surgery wasn't a success, but I think the doctors did everything that they could. Don't get me wrong, it's a shame that Shizuku's vision hasn't been restored, and I'm not saying it's a lost cause, but if you ask me, the doctors shouldn't blame themselves over it. There's no sense in letting it bring you down. Yeah, and let's be honest, the surgery went as they had planned. It's only the result that wasn't up to snuff. Oh, Shizuku's operation had the most advanced medical device and cutting-edge surgical techniques on the continent. Yet, it still failed. Oh, it's so damn frustrating. I don't want it to end like this. Shizuku put all her faith in us. We can't just give up now. Oh, trust me, Salent is definitely not gonna give up. I just know it. Well, this is some good news. Your condition has improved greatly since the time you were first admitted here, Mr. Queen. Oh, are you sure? Yes, though we still need to keep tabs on your progress from here on out. Still, at least you won't have to be hospitalized again. Oh, isn't that great, Grandpa? You're healthy now and you don't have to stay in the hospital again either. Yeah, that is wonderful. Yeah, this is the fisherman from the docks in Crossbell. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Grandpa. I knew your medicine was working. All I had to do was make you take it. You never know what they could tell you, so I've been reluctant to get checked up. Would have thought it'd end up like this. It's all thanks to Amissa. Yeah, that one granddaughter that doesn't want to give up on her grandpa because he loves him so much. And with that, St. Ursula has been completed. Alright, I think it's time for us to head over to our next location, which will be Tangram Gate. And with our car here, it should be a very easy drive. Alright, and over here, there's the rest. Just for Lloyd's bars to be filled up. Crossbell is sandwiched between two of the most powerful nations on the continent, the Empire of Erebonia and the Republic of Calvard. In other words, declaring independence is like rolling a red carpet out for them is to come invade us. When you think about it like that, what the mayor did was pretty gutsy. Proposing an independent Crossbell at the trade conference is practically an invitation for international conflict. You have to admit, the mayor's got guts for actually going through with it. Oh, we never said he didn't. The question is, was it wise? Personally, I don't think Dieter had any other choice than doing that. Because of all the pressure that Rockwell and our Chancellor was putting on him. If a cryptid were to harm an Erebonian or Calvardian tourist, the two major powers would never let it slide. In other words, it's directly tied to the tension at our borders. The CGF can't afford to leave the matter alone. We'll be depending on you to make some headway with the investigation. Oh, we make some headway for sure. We're gonna find it and we're gonna exterminate it to the best of our capabilities. Why is Theo still in our party? Okay. Oh, they say there have been large mysterious creatures appearing on Crossbell lately. I certainly picked a stressful time to take a visit. Yeah, but it's fine, don't have to worry about it just yet. When you think about it, I guess it was inevitable that Crossbell would start talking about independence eventually. Unless it starts to affect my business though, I'll remain a curious onlooker. Which I think most businesses will have that stance. As long as it doesn't influence my bottom line, you can do whatever you want. Well, we finally fixed the radar facility that was destroyed during the trade conference the other day. Those despicable terrorists, just how did they manage to pull that off right under our noses? The more I think about it, the more confusing it gets. Well, that plus the armored car that showed up in the Geofront feels like more than they could have prepared alone. Our suspicions that the society was aiding them may be right on the mirror. That does seem to be the case, though we never did get irrefutable evidence. Well, from personal experience, I can almost guarantee you that Ouroboros is involved. Well, recently, people from the Republic have been discussing the pros and cons of independent Crossbell. Unsurprisingly, most are against the idea. With the referendum coming up soon, I can't help but wonder how they'll respond if we do become independent. Me too. It's gonna be a very turbulent time, definitely. Cryptos, huh? From what I've heard, they make for some pretty tough opponents. The CGF needs to focus on guarding the border right now, so good luck with dealing with them. Don't worry, we'll be more than ready. Oh, something about the guards around here is kind of unsettling. I don't care if they're on high alert or whatever. Would it kill them to be a little bit more welcoming? Yes, actually it would, because they need to focus on their job instead of catering to the visitors. Well, hello, Sergeant Major Seeker. Visiting with the SSS today? Yes, it's good to see you again, Mr. Tomas. Oh, sorry for the bother, but we're actually here for a support request. The SSS explained their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. Ah, yes, I do remember hearing about that from the news service. Our specialty here at Thermogate is the Tide of Plenty hotpot. You can eat it as a group. Ah, so you serve a mean seafood hotpot here, huh? Oh, we'd love to try it. Sure thing. Sit tight while I go whip up a pot. Lloyd and the team ate the Tide of Plenty hotpot. This is quite flavorsome. Yeah, you can really taste how fresh the fish is. Ah, that's the idea. Hotpots are easy and delicious, so we make them a lot here at Tangram Gate. Eating around the table together always puts the guardsmen in a fun, lively mood too. Now that I think about it, I've never had a meal like this with the Testaments before. Maybe I'll bring them here next time I get a chance. For real? You want to take your downtown gang to a border gate to eat hotpot? I think I know who likes this dish the best. Perhaps we should let Wazzy handle the review for it then. I was hoping to weasel my way out of doing one, but I guess I don't mind too much. Okay, so he's not ecstatic, but the fact that he wants everyone of the Testaments to eat here says it all. Hotpots are easy and delicious, so we make them a lot here at Tangram Gate. Eating around the table together always puts the guardmen in a fun, lively mood too. Which is, well, it's a good thing. The CGF has a lot of irons in the fire thanks to the mounting pressure from the Empire and the Republic. So many that seems their duties had to be dumped off on you guys and the Bracer Guild. I suppose we're going to need every side to be flexible enough to help each other out right now. Definitely. Because Crossbell need to band together if they ever hope to overcome this, well, obstacle. Those cryptid things remind me of the spirit that appeared in the Moon Temple a while back. It'll be one thing if they just looked scary, but the fact that we hardly know anything about them makes it so much worse. If I ever bumped into a cryptid, I'd just give me strength not to pass out again. Well, when we investigated the spirits at the Moon Temple a while ago, I fainted. Out cold. Just like that. If I ever bump into a cryptid, I just give me strength. Well, with each passing day leading up to the referendum, things just get tenser here. Calvardians generally aren't in favor of Crossbell doing independent, as it turns out. I just pray those sentiments don't lead to policy and military action. Well, something is going to happen, and it's gonna be intense and insane. Almost seemed like somebody was laying under the covers. Nobody here. Oh, that concludes my report. Oh, I see. More petals around Tangram Hill, huh? Well, even if they are on the small side, their attempts to place pressure on us are becoming more brazen. Yes, it's just as we predicted. We won't be able to rest easy until after the referendum. Well, all we can do is stand by and maintain relations with all sides while we wait. Excellent work, Guardsmen. Continue monitoring their movement. Yes, sir. I feel like our relationship with the Republic is becoming more and more strained by the day, and we'll need to remain vigilant. Definitely. As you can no doubt tell, we have neither the time nor the resource to devote to dealing with the cryptids. Forgive us for demanding so much, but we're counting on your help with the investigation. Don't worry, we've got that down. 100%. Alright, one final check. Yeah, I doubt there will ever be someone here, but just to be able to tick it off my list. Alright, that is Tangram Gate. That means we can head over to America Village. I don't think we have enough time to do the entire village, because technically speaking, I don't want to trigger the side quest there, because once we get it started, it's probably going to take a while in order to complete it, and I want to put all those steps in the same episode, so we'll be doing the first half of the village, and the rest will be next time, of course. And what we know so far, it seems to be about a new transport vehicle that the son may be purchased. I think the dad is a bit skeptical about it, and that's probably what we need to investigate. Oh, Elkin made a produce delivery to the city. He's been in such a good mood lately, he'll look for any excuse to take the long way home. To be fair, I can understand why he's so happy with the massive bargain he's made. If you look for Elkin, he's making a produce delivery to the city. I don't think he'll be back in a while. If he's using a new truck, then I can definitely understand why he's so happy. Oh, there's something up with that monocle guy. He acts nice and smiles all big, but his eyes look like they're hiding something. This foreign guy who's been coming to the village gave us some candy. I thought he'd yell at us for getting his clothes all dirty, but he didn't. Man, it's a good thing nice people like him exist. Oh, Mom spanked Camille the other day. His butt was all red like an apple. Then he probably deserved it. I do wonder what he did though. I recently met a man with a lot of promise. Possibly just as much as Harold even. The fellow's been doing a lot of good work for our little village. So it isn't Harold. Because that was the first thought that I had in my mind. Because we got to the residential district, Harold wasn't there. He was for an emergency business meeting. And we then had the quest in America Village that the son has been dealing with somebody. I just put two and two together and thought that those two were working things out. But apparently there is a third party. Well, there's been a guy in the village lately who dresses to the nines. He told Gramps that I was such a capable lad. Of course Gramps was thrilled. I could tell he was just flattering me though. Well, if you want to make a deal, that's the best thing you can do. Still more than enough. Yeah, since we have plenty of cash, we might as well. So we can start making a few more dishes again, because it's been a bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at the bar we can ask for another recipe. Hopefully with somebody's favoriting, because we have 2 people that still need a favorite, and we know that one will probably be at St. Ursula in 2 days. Now we still need that last one. Oh, a nice man has been hanging around here lately. I hear he's from a famous foreign company, but I've never heard him brag about it. It's nice to know that there are still some people with class in this world. Well, evidently the foreigner has been around the block a few times. He immediately sends my love for Celia and cheered me on. What a great guy. That foreigner immediately sends my love. At first, I thought it was gonna be Lecter, but Lecter doesn't wear glasses. Well, I bought a book called The True Mysteries of Crossbell from the library. The story of the man searching for his lost hat gave me chills. That's a spooky one, alright? Still, if you don't have a hat, how can you possibly cry out to the people asking them to find it? And now it's not so scary anymore. I was really getting into that tale before GoFund went and ruined it. I've got to teach him how to properly appreciate a ghost story. True, sometimes with the stories about science fiction or horror, there's just a little bit of a story that you just have to go with in order to make the story work. 9 out of 10 times, it breaks the entire chain and it just doesn't work, but it's a movie. It can happen, really. For instance, just like the fact that kids are in the home, killer breaks in, and instead of picking up the cell phones, running out of the house and calling the police, they don't pick up the phone and go upstairs to their own room, locking themselves in with no way out. That kind of thing, because nobody in their right mind would go upstairs. Everyone would go out of the house. Well, or pick up a baseball bat and start retaliating, but that's the thing, right? Anyway, go fun. Hello, special support section. Welcome back to the Ash Tree Inn. Looking for a place to stay? Or maybe a bite to eat? Actually, we are here regarding a support request. The SSS explained their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. Alright, that. The Crossbell news service already told me everything I need to know. So without further ado, let me treat you to my chief special omelette rice. I don't mind if I do. Lloyd and the team ate the chef's special omelette rice. Oh my, this is so delicious. Agreed, superb. The flavors of the rice, chicken, ketchup and egg are simple, but together they make for something amazing. It reminds me on how attuned America is to the nature surrounding it. Nobody can truly say they visited this village until they've had some of this. All of this high praise is about to get me red in the face. Oh, sounds like you're pretty fond of this dish, huh, Lloyd? I guess that means we found your recommendation then. Well, make sure to sneak in a few words about what a chill guy Govan is. He's always hooking us up with some quality grub when we're in America. Sure, I can handle writing this one. Well, thanks muchly. I'd appreciate if you guys could write something that drums up more business for us. Well, that is the idea. For one, let people see Crossbell in a better light. And of course for all the businesses in it to get more clientele. Definitely. Oh, and that does it for the sheets. Before I had Stefan, I'd always wanted to be a maid at a hotel. After helping out here at the inn, I have to say, it's enjoyable work. Helping out here at the inn is quite a lot of fun. Stefan has become fast friends with the other kids in the village too. I just bless these wonderful American days. Yeah, she really made the right choice coming here, didn't she? Car Freaks Volume 2. We also had that one. Like sometimes I'm just extra clicking on all these books just to make sure if it isn't one that I forgot about. Because we do not want to miss any of them. If at all possible, of course. Alright, one more house and then we'll leave it at that. That foreigner who's been coming by is quite the cheerful fella. He's never without a smile. Something about it really puts me at ease. Good. Oh, I wonder what I should make today. just make something you've made so many times, but your husband loves very much. Because if you don't know what to make, that's the best thing, because at least somebody will be happy. And with that, we'll leave the episode here, because the next one is, of course, the mayor's house, where we need to be for our side quest. So we'll leave that for next time. Because apparently, something funny is going on with the mayor's kid, and he wants us to check it out if everything is on the up and up. Is it a legit deal? Or is something bad going on? But we'll see that on the next one. So until then, I wish you all a great night, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue with the last side quest before starting our cryptid investigation. And the investigation is gonna be a hell of fun. I'm pretty sure of it. See you next time. Bye bye.